the perfect game.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone. In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened. Fernando Valenzuela has pitched a no-hitter. It is gone. It is a walk-off home run for Justin Turner. It's over. Muncy, a walk-off home run. This is way back. Walk 'em off. Chris Taylor.
The Dodgers win Game 2 of the World Series. A little scary finish there. Shohei Ohtani leaves the game with an apparent shoulder injury. We'll get an update on that. But your Los Angeles Dodgers are just 2 wins away until their 8th World Series title. We're breaking it all down next on the Dodgers Nation postgame show.
Another payoff. Benny got him with a slider. Clayton Kershaw. It's Teoscar Hernandez. Mookie masked. It's a grand slam. 83 showstopper and game ender.
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to the Dodgers Nation postgame show, the #1 Dodgers postgame show on the internet. My name is Doug McCain, credentialed member of Dodgers Media. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Thanks for joining us moments after the Dodgers win Game 2 of the World Series by a final score of 4-2. The Dodgers just 2 wins away until their 8th World Series title. 2 wins away from their 8th World Series title in franchise history. This is the first time since the 2020 NLDS against the Padres that the Dodgers have been up 2-0 in a series. And it wasn't as easy as you might think. The Dodgers up 4-1 for most of this game. The 9th inning, Blake Treinen comes in, and he ends up throwing 33 pitches, and not a lot of strikes with those pitches. He gave up hits. He had the walk, the hit batter. I mean, we'll break it all down. Unclench those butt cheeks, though, because the Dodgers end up winning, and we will get the injury update on Shohei Ohtani. That is the big story right now. Shohei, you can take both my shoulders. I don't need them, okay, because we need him to be on the field. And look, let's wait to see what happened. I mean, we can talk about the moment itself. And should you be trying to steal a base in a 4-1 game with 2 outs? My answer to that would be no, especially when you look at how he wasn't even close to finishing off that steal attempt. That steal attempt right there, he wasn't even close, and he hasn't been close in the postseason. The guy that stole the 59 stolen base in the regular season, he just hasn't been here in the postseason. Also, you look at the slide, the way that his left hand gets to the ground like that, the unorthodox side, not a good slide there by Shohei Ohtani, and you had the field mics there and some of the Japanese reporters saying that he said that he dislocated possibly, and I think you almost heard him say the word pain there. So we'll not speculate too much, because hopefully in a few moments here we'll get an update from Dave Roberts, because he'll be addressing the media in just a couple seconds here. But still, whatever happens with Shohei Ohtani, and hopefully he's going to be okay and back as the Dodgers leadoff for Game 3. But whatever happens with Shohei Ohtani, let's not forget, that has been the MO for this team. That has been the narrative, the story about what makes the 2024 Dodgers team special. Whether it's guys stepping up, this next man up mentality, or it's guys playing through injury. It's Freddie Freeman, who, playing on one foot, hits the first walk-off grand slam in World Series history. 696 World Series games, and last night was the first one we saw a walk-off grand slam. I want to tape that ankle up all next year for Freddie Freeman as well. I don't care if it's healthy, because it's working. Tonight, another home run for Freddie Freeman. So, yeah, that's been the story of the season. Someone goes down, someone steps up. And you know what this team does? They find a way to win by any means necessary. Let's win this in New York, just like 1981. But welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. We have a lot to discuss, a lot to break down. Blake Treinen in that inning. I know. How you guys doing? How's that heart rate? How's that blood pressure right now? I know it's sky high. Mine's is sky high. I could not watch that thing, man. I was looking at my Apple Watch about to explode on me because of how I was feeling during that one. By the way, if you have not yet, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Hit that like button. If you really help the channel, if you really want to help your boy out, you'll hit that like button. Josh over on X, I love that. I love the LA you got right there, man, on your with your your profile pic, but we need to know what's going on with Otani. The second we do, we will get the info. I'm hitting that F5 button. We'll get that refresh. I'm waiting for texts from people as well, so we will definitely be on the lookout for that. William Calderon Soto was not happy today. He's definitely going to bail on the Yankees. Hey, he had a nice home run on a mistake pitch by Yamamoto. We'll break down Yamamoto's outing. Yoshinobu Yamamoto was outstanding tonight. He was incredible. Where are all those haters at? A lot of those Padres fans after his first start in Seoul, South Korea. I was there and I saw him throw 43 pitches, give up 5 runs to that Padres team, and it was D-Mac. What a $325 million bust. D-Mac, he's a fraud. Really? Because he's gone from that to a guy that proved tonight that he can get it done on the big stage, that he embraces the bright lights of the World Series. He was everything the Dodgers could have hoped he would be, and then some. Tonight, Yamamoto goes 6 1/3 innings, gives up 1 run on 1 hit. The only hit he gave up was the home run to Juan Soto. Had 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. The splitter was nasty. The splitty that he threw to Aaron Judge had the arm side run, nastier than a gas station bathroom. 86 pitches. He retired 11 batters in a row after the home run to Juan Soto. So, I mean, that was a fantastic performance, so we're going to discuss that. But, yeah, after that home run that he gave out to Juan Soto with 2 outs there in the 3rd inning, he retired 11 straight. Yamamania is official. He owns the New York Yankees. I mean, not only did he pitch into the 6th inning, he pitched past that into the 7th inning. He goes 6 1/3, and you saw what they were after. That's why you made him the richest contract offer ever. That's why you had him sign the most lucrative deal ever for a starting pitcher at 12 years, $325 million, surpassing one Mr. Garrett Cole, who pitched yesterday. Yamamoto, he is just the 2nd Dodgers pitcher in franchise history to finish 6 innings and give up just 1 hit in a World Series game. Who's the other pitcher? Rich Hill, 2018. Let's not bring up what happened in that game. The Dodgers got a much better result tonight with the 4-2 win over the Yankees. Say it with me. 2 more to go until another World Series championship. 2 more wins. Let's get it done in New York. Look, you already beat the Mets. Now it's time to beat the Yankees. And what a fantastic job by the Dodgers tonight. And what do I always say? If you want the dub, you've got to slug. Singles are nice. Walks are nice. An occasional bunt is fun, but if you want to win championships in Major League Baseball, that's something you have to be able to do, is leave the yard. What happened last night? Grand Salami, a massive, historic, iconic, I venture to say it's a top 5 moment in LA sports history, possibly higher if they go on to win the World Series, and you do it with a grand slam. And then tonight, you get 3 bombs. 1 from Tommy Edman, you get 1 from Teoscar Hernandez, a 2-run shot, and you get 1 from Freddie Freeman. I mean, think about that. You get back-to-back jacks. You hit 3 home runs. Good chance you're going to win at home. I mean, 3rd inning, off Carlos Rodon, Teoscar Hernandez hits a 2-run shot. Then Freddie Freeman, Fredericks of Hollywood, he goes yard. His 2nd home run in a row against a left-handed pitcher. And Teoscar Hernandez and Freddie Freeman, you have back-to-back home runs. It was just the 2nd time in Dodgers World Series history that you've had back-to-back home runs in a game, joining Steve Yeager and Pedro Guerrero in Game 5 of the 1981 World Series. So it feels like history is being made every night, but lots to get into. We'll hear about Shohei Ohtani. But another reminder, if you haven't yet, get geared up. The mantra, the motto for the 2024 Dodgers is WDGAF, because they don't give an F. They're out there playing loose. They're out there playing free. They're not playing tight like we've seen Dodger teams play in the past. No, they're not doing that. They're going out there. They're competing. They're getting big hits in big spots. Kike Hernandez had the famous quote to Ken Rosenthal after the Dodgers won Game 5 of the NLDS to beat the Padres to send them to Cancun. The Sadres SD = season done. That was what he said. And go get the goggles. You got the logo. Get all the colors. Go to gearup.la. They're selling fast. You guys have been hitting me up, telling me you're rocking the T-shirt. You love it. It's comfortable. So go get one today. But let's get into the comments, guys. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show, the #1 Dodgers post-game show on the internet. Get those super chats down below, too, because I will have those. Actually already got some right now. So let's get right into those super chats. Devin, Otani is coming back as Henry Rowan Gardner. Love the reference there. Love the rookie of the year. But the rookie of the year tonight for the Dodgers was Yoshinobu Yamamoto. I love Henry Rosengartner. Yeah, but to me, I'm more of a Chet Steadman guy. You know what I mean? Chet Steadman. That shoulder, that arm not feeling too good. But give you a little comment of the show.
You win. Perfect.
Hit you up. By the way, guys, I'm looking for those fire takes, looking for those comments of the show. If you say anything a little out of pocket, a little sus, you're going to see one of these.
Bruh.
You see that picture of Gavin Lux, by the way, where he's practically levitating after Freddie Freeman hit that grand slam yesterday? Just incredible right there. And we'll talk about this final inning. We're trying to see if we've got any word on Shohei Ohtani of yet. Looking for some text, looking for some info. And this is from Juan Toribio from MLB.com a few minutes ago. He tweeted out, Shohei Ohtani left Dodgers Stadium almost immediately after the game ended. We'll have to get an update from somebody else. So they will not get an update from Shohei Ohtani himself, but Dave Roberts is going to address the media, and just looking at his face after he was given some information about Shohei Ohtani, Doc has a pretty good poker face. There's no doubt about that, but he didn't look too thrilled about the news that he heard. So we'll see. And with Dave Roberts, you got to hope that we're getting some accurate information, because things can change. Let's just put it that way. And hopefully Dave will have some more clarity on the situation when he does that. But let's not take anything away from this win. I know that whatever happens with Shohei Ohtani, this team is in a really, really good spot doing what they need to do. We know the motto, right? Kobe, job's not done. Job's not done. What's there to be happy about? Job finished? Is the job finished? No, the job isn't finished. The job is not done. But you did the job that you needed to do at home. You went out there and you won the first two games. And yes, it was a little tight at the end. Yes, it was pretty terrifying at the end. But like the great Dominic Toretto said in the great film masterpiece, Fast and the Furious, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or mile. Winning is winning. And they're up 2-0, and they got the dub. And let's start right there. But I want to read some more of your comments before we get into this breakdown. We're waiting word on the status of Shohei Ohtani. Take my shoulders. Let's do prayer circle, guys. Get the candles around. Prayer circle. Please be okay, Shohei Ohtani. We do not need an injury. We do not need to speculate whether it's a subluxation, a dislocation. Let's wait on the information, and then we will break it down once we get actual word from team officials. But let's read some comments. Can you read super chats right now? Yeah, let's read some super chats. And thanks for calling me the Torta King. I take that as a compliment. Had a delicious torta this afternoon. I was going to take a picture of it, but I actually forgot. I went to the farmer's market right there on Fairfax. It was fire. It was a delicious torta. Man, it was one of the biggest tortas I've had in a couple weeks now. And I've had some pretty big tortas, and that was definitely the most delicious and one of the biggest ones I've had. It was fantastic. But one from Freedom. Freedom says, that was a scary ninth with Trinan. Have any update on Shohei? Hope and pray the big man can make a game before it's over. Offense is rocking, Doug. Yeah, you're getting hits when you need them. You're getting slugged when you need them. The offense as a whole tonight, there wasn't a ton happening when you look at the scoring innings. I mean, you did most of your scoring early on. The Dodgers got the home run from Tommy Edman the second inning, the solo shot, and then you get the two-run shot from Teoscar Hernandez, and then the solo shot from Freddie Freeman there in the third inning. So they scored all four of their runs in the first three innings. They got one the second and three in the third. Outside of that, they did not score, but they were able to ride a really, really nice start, an outstanding start, I will say, from Yoshinobu Yamamoto, considering that he's a rookie. This is his first time in the World Series. His World Series debut. Goes out there, goes 6 1/3, gives up just one hit, and that one hit is to one of the greatest hitters on the planet, the greatest hitters in the last 10, 15, 20 years, modern day Ted Williams and Juan Soto, and we'll talk about that. I'm going to break down at bat in just a little bit, but the truth of the matter is, you give just one hit, then you retire the last 11 batters you face. You go into the seventh inning, you're able to get an out. You did a really nice job, and you look at this Dodgers team as a whole, 8 hits on the night. They did out-hit that Yankees team 8-4, played some clean defense, and they got to Carlos Rodon, who gives up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts, gave up 6 hits in his 3 1/3 innings of work tonight. So 4 runs on 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, no walks for Carlos Rodon. He takes the loss in this one. Yoshinobu Yamamoto takes the win. 1 run on 1 hit, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 6 1/3. Yamamania is official. And how about Alex Vesia? Alex Vesia going out there, getting the job done. Don't mess yet with Vesia. Goes a third of an inning, no runs, no hits, no strikeouts, just first pitch, and he goes out there and he does exactly what he needed to do, getting Jose Trevino to fly out to end the game. Let's read some more super chats, though, and we'll continue to break this down. We're waiting more info on Shohei Ohtani. We got Trailblazing $10. Somebody call Mr. Miyagi. We got Sneaky Panda $5. My cheeks were clenched so hard I pooped from the front. Okay, so you know anytime I get something out of pocket, you're gonna get a bro. Bruh. I'm here for it, though. I got a twisted sense of humor myself, so it's all good. We got Don't Care 187 $2 super chat. Send Otani to Sobador and 2 Tortas to heal up. We got Tommy Alvarado, $4.99 super chat. Spectrum reporting Shohei popped his shoulder out and he should be okay with that day off for game 3. Adrian Salazar, so let's wait on word. That's kind of how it looked there when you look at how shoulder injuries occur. And let's see, we got more information here. The team is flying tomorrow to New York for game 3. They're going to have a couple different planes. And, yeah, there's, let's see here. So let's see if there's any new information on Shohei Ohtani and the shoulder injury heard around the world tonight. Because, yeah, I mean, I don't like that stolen base attempt there. I will tell you that. Wasn't too thrilled to see him trying to steal a base. It's great to see him make something happen. And, yes, that is a little bit of a hindsight hyena situation there because – you want to see great players make big plays in the World Series, but still, having said that, I mean, that's your $700 million man. And, yeah, we'll wait official word until we get something. We got Adrian Salazar. Saw a vid on X and Yankee fans cheering on Shohei's injury. Oh, come on. That's dirty. Yankees fans, you should be ashamed of yourself. That's disgusting. How dare you? Shohei Ohtani is great for baseball. He's the face of this sport, especially when you consider the fact that Aaron Judge, it hasn't been all rise for Aaron Judge. It's been all sit down. 6 strikeouts so far this series for Aaron Judge. Another big takeaway is the Dodgers have handled the MVP of the American League 2 games into this series. Kiki Miyazaki, $10. 2 more wins. Fire emoji. Thanks to all the guys at the watch party. It was fun. Let's go Dodgers. Yeah, I'll give you a little fire take for that one. Guys, a little fire take. I got you on that fire take, and I appreciate the super chat right there. All right. That's what I'm talking about. We got more super chats down below. We'll get to. We'll also read some more comments. I agree, Doug. Want to celebrate New York and watch the Yankees cry. 499 super chat. Yeah, part of me says I want to see the Dodgers win their first World Series at home since they swept the Yankees in 1963. When you had Sandy Koufax had 15 strikeouts in game 1. Frank Howard had the big home run in the clincher and lots of big-time bombs in that situation. But still, it'd definitely be nice to just win this at Yankee Stadium. We got Ryan Montas, $5 super chat. I just saw a video of Yankees fans at a watch party celebrating Otani's injury when it happened. Disgraceful. Yeah, I mean, they're desperate, man. That's sad stuff right there. But, you know... Yankees fans are going to Yankees fan, if you know what I'm saying. We got Carlos is done. There's more super chats, more comments. Sonny, Ohtani will rub some dirt on it, and we'll be back. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You look at Shohei Ohtani. You also consider what happened to Cody Bellinger in 2020 in the shoulder situation. Well, let's not forget, he did hurt that shoulder after he hit the bomb off of Chris Martin in Game 7 of the 2020 NLCS that gave the Dodgers the win in that game. They completed that 3-1 comeback, and he hit that shoulder on Kike Hernandez that led to eventually him having surgery, and it kind of sapped him of his power for a couple of seasons. But don't forget as well that he did find a way to play in that World Series, and he did hit a home run. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, and I think you're going to proceed with caution if you're the Dodgers, considering the future of Shohei Ohtani, and he's going to be with you for 10 years. He's going to be back to pitching next season. But hey, I mean, whatever Freddie's on, give him that, okay? Shoot him up, do whatever you got to do. This is the World Series. You got all fall, all winter to rest up for the spring training. And look, the truth is, you win a World Series, man. You win a World Series, and hey, we'll see you back at some point next year. You win a World Series against the Yankees, and you get the first parade in Los Angeles for the Dodgers since 1988. We'll be fine. But, you want to make sure he's okay. And also, you think about the person, the player in this situation. Look what he told Fox the other day. He told Fox, I came to Major League Baseball precisely to win a World Series. He's here to win a World Series. He places that accomplishment at the top. And he already had on his list of goals that he wanted to win that World Series in his late 20s, when he was 28. Well, he's in his early 30s now. That goal is overdue, and he wants to win that this season. And most importantly, too, you want to see him participate and have his moment and be a part of the action. And you consider the ratings and the views and the eyeballs in the Japanese market and what this means for the sport overall. I mean, the ratings were crazy last night. I mean, 15.1 million average. I mean, it was incredible ratings for this team, and we'll talk about that a little later because I'm a nerd about that kind of stuff. But most importantly, it's about, hey, how is he doing? Is he going to be fine? And we await an update. We got to Marco. I like this. A $2 super chat. LOL Yankees. Hashtag LOL Yankees. Yeah, I'll give you a little finish in for that one.
Finish him.
Then we've got MM Forever 199. If you had to guess, Otani will play the rest of the way. Well, if it's a shoulder dislocation and it's popped back in, and usually there's a level of acute pain in those situations where sometimes you'll see someone try to rush off the field and try to get it attended to right away. I mean, he clearly was in some serious pain there, and it just really depends. Dave is speaking to reporters right now, so let's get some info on that. And the question is dislocation? Is it a subluxation? I mean, we saw what Fernando Tatis dealt with a couple seasons ago, and there's a possibility of that as well. So let's wait and see if there's any new information. So Dave Roberts said just seconds ago he has a left shoulder subluxation. We're going to get some tests at some point tonight, tomorrow, and then we'll know more in the next couple of days. But the strength was great, the range of motion good. Once we get scans, we'll know more. So there you go. There's the latest from Dave Roberts and the team, a subluxation. So I think that this is kind of on par with what the Dodgers like to do as far as kicking the can down the road and kind of give themselves an out when it comes to basically allowing the test to speak for themselves, allowing them to get more information on the topic. And the truth is, we know that Shohei is going to do everything he can to try to play. Shohei Otani wants to be a part of this as much as anyone. But if you're the Dodgers and he's not right, I mean, it's something that you have to consider. But let's see if he said anything else here. So let's see. I mean, subluxation. Let's see what else we had to say. Here we go. So, yeah, more tests tomorrow. And the good things, I mean, his arm is showing strength. It's not like it was like a dead arm or anything like that. So that definitely is on the more positive side. And Dave Roberts did finish by saying that they are encouraged. And Dave Roberts said, literally just a few seconds ago, I'm expecting him to be there. I'm expecting to be there. He was asked about whether he believes that the team can sustain a potential loss of Shohei Ohtani, and Dave didn't go out there and say that he was going to be out. Dave said that he expects him to be in there. So, yeah, a lot can change. A lot can change in the next couple of days, but, I mean, makes you wonder. I mean, do you want to go out there and try to play him if there's any risk of further injury? At what point does this limit him in any capacity? Something you have to consider as well. I mean, you consider the fact that he is DHing, so he's not playing in the field, he's not pitching or anything like that. And I think just kind of remembering about Fernando Tatis Jr. and some of those injuries, subluxation, it does take some time to heal depending on how severe it is. And I remember when he first was hurt, was it a couple of weeks? It was a couple of months. And the truth is, you have to treat it. It has to be treated. You can't just let it be in there without trying to address it in some capacity. And also, too, I remember when they were trying to rush Fernando Tatis Jr. back or consider playing him, there was this conversation of, well, if he comes back or plays through it, it could get worse. So all this is just basically speculation at this point, because we'll see what they have to say. But yeah, I mean, initially you're not supposed to do much, and I remember there was a big conversation about how swinging the bat could affect the injury. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, and if that's a partially dislocated shoulder, which involved the subluxation, I mean, that means that basically the shoulder came out and came back in and went into place. So it's not like it was a full dislocation or anything like that. So the good thing, like Dave Roberts said, he does have his strength. He does have his range of motion. That's positive. And that could be an indication that he could recover quickly. It is Shohei Ohtani. If anyone can do it, it's him. But those are just my thoughts. Not a doctor. I just stayed at a Holiday Express in 2009. We got Will feel bad for Judge. Why feel bad for Judge, man? I mean, I like Judge the person, but I'm totally okay with him not having the greatest of series so far. We got Bruce Wayne, $3 super chat. Screw it, Shohei, take my shoulder. 2 more games. NPC Hero, $9.99. Crazy how they marketing Shohei versus Judge so hard, and they've both been consensual to the series. I think it meant consequential there, but to the series so far. MLB should learn by now it's never about the big guy. Glad the others are getting the attention they deserve. Yeah, I mean, you say what you want. I mean, Freddie Freeman's a future Hall of Famer. He's an MVP. But certainly heading into this series, there was not a lot of expectations about his impact for this series just because he had 7 hits, and all of those 7 hits were singles. So the fact that he's turned those power numbers way up because of a little tweak that he made to his swing as far as unlocking things to get himself going with his lower hips and keeping that front leg from rolling out, that definitely is the unlock point for him, and that's why you've seen the slug go up. We got Freedom 499. Why word salad? Man up the doc. So he's talking about Dave Roberts. Why the word salad from Dave Roberts? Man up, doc. Is he playing or not? 499. Freedom. I think I'm fluent in Dave Roberts. I am fluent in Dave Roberts, and I think as far as Dave Roberts' comments go and what he did have to say about this injury, it was forthright in the sense that you can't make a judgment on that instantly without seeing how the shoulder is going to bounce back and react after the testing. And before testing for something like that, and before just communicating with Shohei the next day when there could be swelling and inflammation, things like that, and things related to the shoulder, just how he feels, I think that's a little premature to say one way or the other. Shohei Ohtani is not here. He left the stadium, but he's playing. Shohei Ohtani is not here. He left the stadium. He had a subluxation, but he is playing. He's not playing. I think it's too tough for him in that situation, but I think the strength and the range of motion things were positive. But we've also, I mean, you think back at the Brusdar Graterol injury, it looked like he had a grade 3 hamstring strain, and he was done for a long time. Then all of a sudden, the very next day, it was LOL JK, reverse Uno card. Okay, it's actually a grade 1, and then Brusdar's already pitched in the World Series. So, yeah, I mean, we'll wait and see. We got Bruce Wayne. Dave said subluxation in his interview and is positive about show. I mean, the good thing, look, if it was really bad, if it was very bad and there was no doubt about it, and the team knew that he wasn't going to be playing anymore in this series, I'm pretty sure, I'm actually not pretty sure, I'm 100% positive that they would have at least said it today. If it was that bad, I think they would have said it today. So I think that there is some optimism around it. And we'll wait and see. Claudia, not a good idea to play game 3 if he's sore and swollen. We got a Kings out there. It's World Series, man. You play to win. This is worry about the future. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of Shohei's tough, man. Shohei will play through it for sure. I mean, if there's any way that Shohei can play, he's going to play. And I'm confident in that because he doesn't want to go wire to wire, have a 50-50 season, playing his first postseason and miss the World Series, potentially miss the moment where they clinch and you run out on the field and you're celebrating with your teammates. And also just this guy loves to play baseball. I mean, it's as simple as that. This guy lives to play the game, and he wants to have his moment too, right? I mean, that is something that I think we're all waiting for Shohei Ohtani. We've had some big moments, 3-run home run off Dylan Cease. He certainly contributed yesterday in that big scorching double off the wall, had some walks. I mean, it's not like he's been a non-factor, because he certainly has been a factor. Had an OPS over 1,000 in the NLCS, right? So he's hit his bombs, had his moments, but we're kind of waiting for that signature moment because of the great season that he had. We got Marymount D-Mac secretly wanted Ice Cube's stun and said the Rams fit. What? In the words of Ice Cube, today was a good day. Nice to see Cube in the mix. How about my man Dave Roberts going bar for bar, word for word? Man, too bad the Lakers aren't playing the Supersonics today. That'd be fitting because, yeah, I mean, the Supersonics, bring them back, by the way. Myria Jones, D-Mac Jr., I think, who was the World Series MVP in 78, role player step up. Yeah, hey, we know Freddie Freeman has the inside track on that. BC, who cares about Judge not hitting well? Shohei was having a tough World Series too. Let's keep it moving down here, guys. Good description of Roberts' deer in the headlights, Jonathan. We got another super chat down below. We got some more. We got Shohei's shoulder. Only 2 more games for Shohei. It's from Lorenzo Gaddis, 499. Okay, so let's start breaking this one down. Keep firing away in the comment section, guys. We'll keep reading those. We'll go back to those towards the end of the show. We'll go all comments, and we'll continue to wait on more information if there's anything else interesting coming from Dodgers Stadium after the Dodgers Game 2 win over the Yankees. You are watching the Dodgers Nation post-game show, the #1 Dodgers post-game show in the world on the internet. Right now, we have the 7th most listened to baseball podcast in Japan. We're the 10th most listened to baseball podcast in the United States. #1 Dodgers one. So thanks to all you guys out there for rocking with us. We can't tell you how much we appreciate you and always sticking with this channel and talking Dodger baseball, man. That's what it's all about. Also, a reminder that today's show is brought to you by our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. Take a swing at Pick'em this baseball season. Take a swing at this baseball season with Underdog. Over 1 million fans across 33 states got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog. I personally had a great time on Underdog so far this year, and it's really simple to use. And take a look at stats and projections for my favorite players. This week, I'm taking higher than 255.5 passing yards on Josh Allen and higher than 50.5 receiving yards on Michael Pittman Jr. Underdog is super easy to play and even easier to get started. Go to their easy-to-use mobile app or use UnderdogFantasy.com to sign up with promo code DNP, and Underdog will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pickup entry, plus a first-time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code DNP to claim your new customer special of a mystery player pick and your first deposit offer. Must be 18 plus, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and 19 plus in Alabama, Nebraska, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Voiding Colorado. Are you concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP, 1-800-639-8783. That is a very long ad read right there. We got to pay the bills. We got to who needs Shohei Ohtani? We got Edmund. That's a fire take right there. Tommy Edman's insane. I mean, Tommy Edman and his contributions just are unbelievable when you consider the fact that this is someone who was traded for during the season. This is someone that was traded for during the season, and no one thought that much of it. No one thought that much of it just because, one, he was this utility player that had a below-average season at the plate the year prior, was coming off a wrist injury where he had surgery, had not played in one game in the show. He was just starting his rehab for the St. Louis Cardinals. And the Dodgers, they gave up Miguel Vargas, they gave up Alexander Albertus and Jarrell Perez, 2 infield prospects. And you also got Michael Kopech. So both of those guys have had huge impacts. But, yeah, he has been one of their most impactful players. I mean, he's been right at the top. He's been up there with Kike Hernandez. He won the NLCS MVP for speaking out loud. I mean, he won the NLCS MVP. He's right up there with Kike and Teo. Teo's a sneaky World Series MVP contender. The front runner right now is Freddie Freeman. So, yeah, just look at the impact of Tommy Edman. He is going to go down as one of the best, most impactful deadline steals, most under the radar deadline steals that we've ever seen. So somewhere somehow we know Andrew Friedman is in his robe, drinking a water bottle and smiling from ear to ear when he sees what Freddie Freeman is doing out there. And he did it tonight again. And the thing about Edman too, it's not that he gets his moments. It's not that he just does it when it's the Dodgers up 6 runs, the Dodgers up 10 runs, the Dodgers already kind of pulling away with things. He does it early in games. And that's what makes it so impressive, because that is the biggest key for this Dodgers team. They're first in Major League Baseball when it comes to wins when they score first. They love to get out and get leads, and it also puts the wheels in motion for how they manage their bullpen. And Tommy Edman got this team on the board early on after Yoshinobu Yamamoto had a really nice start, but was throwing a good amount of pitches. He had a 6-pitch at bat to Torres, who had a leadoff walk. And then Soto, he grounded to short, but that was also on 7 pitches. So just like that, 2 batters, you have 13 pitches, and we're only able to get 1 out. But then he comes back, another 7-pitch at bat, a full count to Aaron Judge, and he gets him swinging with a nasty slider down and in for the 2nd out. And then Big G, Giancarlo Stanton, Notre Dame High School in the Valley Zone, he gets him to pop out for the 3rd out. He pops to first with the runner on 2nd. So Yamamoto goes out there in the 1st, works his way around a jam, has a runner in scoring position with Giancarlo Stanton, and he gets him out on 1 pitch. Really nice job establishing that fastball up in the zone. When Jack Flaherty gave up the home run, he made a mistake pitch, and a mistake pitch to Giancarlo Stanton is anything down and in, leaving a breaking ball up. He's going to hit nukes off that. He's going to hit that to Pasadena. Well, the scouting report to attack him is you hit him with fastballs up and in. You hit him with heaters up and in, and Yamamoto executed, and he gets out of that inning. And then you jump to top of the 2nd for Yamamoto. He gave up a leadoff walk to a 1-out walk to Anthony Rizzo, but then more light work. You get Volpe to line out, Wells to ground out. Really nice 2 innings for Yamamoto to get things started. And then bottom of the 2nd inning, Tommy Edman steps to the plate, and it's a 2-0 count off Carlos Rodon, and Edman's been a lefty killer, and boom, he crushes a solo shot to left, 355 feet. That put the Dodgers up 1-0. And Tommy Edman has been absolutely fantastic for the Dodgers this postseason, wins the NLCS MVP. After tonight, Tommy Edman in this postseason, Tommy Edman, he is 19 for 52, hitting 365, and has a 935 OPS. He's hit 2 home runs and 5 doubles. So it's not the batting average. The hits were there early on. It's the slug, the increase in slug. It's the Tommy Tanks. It's the Ed VP. He is out here balling, and also, too, he's not a rental. He is someone that's going to be on this team next year. Could be their starting center fielder, could be their starting shortstop. And tonight with Miguel Rojas back in the lineup versus a lefty starting at shortstop, you had Tommy Edman playing center field, so you love the versatility. We know Chris Taylor used to call him the Chris Army knife. Now you have Tommy Edman, who really is that, but better. It's like that meme with the upgrade key on the keyboard. You hit the upgrade, and it's Tommy Edman. No offense to CT3 there, but Tommy Edman is getting it done in a big way, and he's had his impact every single series for this Dodgers team. Look, the turning point you can make a case in the NLDS was him taking over at shortstop after Miguel Rojas went down with that injury. You saw better shortstop play. You saw some big hits as well. And, yeah, 935 OPS throughout the postseason. And in the World Series, Tommy Edman already 4 for 8. 4 for 8, a home run and 2 doubles. Had a double yesterday. A 1625 OPS, hitting 500. He leads the Dodgers this World Series with a 500 batting average. He leads the Dodgers with 4 hits, leads the Dodgers with a 1625 OPS. Now, if the World Series ended today, it would be Freddie Freeman's award just because he hit one of the most iconic and memorable home runs in the history of Major League Baseball, first ever walk-off grand slam in a World Series. But if Tommy Edman finishes this series strong, we're way too early to have this discussion, but just putting that into perspective, a guy that no one really thought much about at the deadline. You guys remember, I told you guys Tommy Edman was going to be big. I was all in on Tommy Edman, the versatility, what he brings. If he was healthy, I remember talking to Tommy Edman, and he told me that it was the injuries last year, and he felt fully healthy this year, and that he was confident that he was going to be able to help this team. And you go to the team that your mom grew up loving, you're a SoCal kid. It was a match made in heaven, and Tommy Edman is doing big things for this team in the World Series. So Dodgers get that lead early on. You're up 1-0 after 2 innings, and then top of the 3rd inning, they get one right back. You got Juan Soto at the plate, 2 outs. And if you're Yamamoto, you're 1 strike away. 1 strike away from the 3rd out, and you have 3 scoreless innings to start your World Series career, your first game pitching the Fall Classic, and it's a 2-2 count, and you got Juan Soto up there. He's doing the Soto shuffle. He's spitting in the direction of Yamamoto. He's as intimidating as you could possibly be. He's snarling up there, pounding on his thighs. You know how he gets down, and it's all gamesmanship, and he really enjoys and respects Yamamoto, too. You saw him tipping his cap a little bit at some of those well-executed pitches. But on the 2-2, he misses with a fastball. And I saw people on X saying that Yamamoto tried to sneak a fastball by him. No, he did not. He just missed with location. He missed with location. He was not trying to go down and in. And against lefty, if you're a righty, that's a nitro zone for Juan Soto. He's going to crush that out of the ballpark. He did not miss the mistake pitch, and he hits a 386-foot home run. That ties things up. But it was the wrong pitch, because it was in the wrong quadrant, right? If you want to get Soto to look really a little too aggressive, if you want to strike out Juan Soto with a fastball, it has to be up out of the zone, because he's only going to chase at a fastball when it's up out of the zone. And if you miss down the zone location, he's going to get extra bases. He's going to hit a home run. He's going to do damage. And you got to try to live low and live long with breaking stuff in the outer quadrant. I would like to see a slider in that situation, go with that splitting that situation, or try to hit that fastball a little higher in the zone, maybe on the outer quadrant as well. So, yeah, it was a missed pitch, and it happens. And when you're going up against one of the best hitters we've ever seen, hey, the good thing, though, what's the good thing? The first inning, that would have been a problem. The first inning, that would have been a problem because you walked Gleyber Torres to start it. The 3rd inning, though, once he found the fastball command, that's when he really started to get going. And during that at-bat to Soto, he had no one on base. So solo shots won't kill you. It's the multi-run home runs. It's the 2-run shots, the 3-run shots, the grand slams. Those are the ones that kill you. Just ask the New York Yankees. And then after that, he gets Aaron Judge to fly out. So it's another thing, too, I really liked about it. You give up a home run to Juan Soto. Soto ties it at 1. You're probably thinking at that point, what's happening here? I got Aaron Judge. Are you going to start to feel a little tension? Are you going to start to melt down and derail your start? No, he bounces back, quickly gets him into a 1-2 count, tries to get him to chase at a slider low and away, and Judge lays off it. But on the 5th pitch, 4-seam fastball up and in, well-executed pitch. Boom, he gets him to fly out, and he holds that top of the order there to 1 run on 1 hit. So nice job. Then the bottom of the 3rd inning, that was the big inning for the Dodgers. And it was with 2 outs, too. So Mookie Betts, it's a 3-1 count for Mookie Betts. 5th pitch of the at-bat, he takes a Carlos Rodon 97-mile-per-hour 4-seam fastball, and he just pokes it to left. I mean, hit it where it's pitched. And that's the mindset of Mookie in that situation. He wasn't trying to pull it, wasn't trying to do too much. It's 2 outs, so you're just trying to make something happen and get on base. He does just that. Then very next batter, Teoscar Hernandez, 1-0 count, and boom! He crushes a 2-run shot to right, 392 feet. That puts the Dodgers up 3-1, and the All-Star Hernandez continues to get back on track. We saw in Game 1, and we saw tonight, Teoscar Hernandez is someone that's certainly putting his imprint on this team. He's doing exactly what they hoped that he would do for this Dodgers team. So the good thing, too, is you saw Rodon have success with that 4-seam fastball up in the zone. You saw a lot of swings where the Dodgers were swinging underneath that 4-seam fastball. Then later in the innings, when they started to get on top of that heater, that's when they started to have success, and that was the beginning of the end for Rodon's start, because very next batter, Freddie Freeman, another great piece of 2-strike hitting, a 3-2 count. He takes a 4-seamer up and in. He crushes another laser bomb, 401 feet for a solo jack. That makes it 4-1 Dodgers. Fredericks of Hollywood getting it done the big way. Dodgers up 4-1. And then Tommy Edman, he's like, hey, let's keep doing it, baby. Very next batter, Tommy Edman, bases empty. 2 strikes. He cranks a double to center. And then he ends up stealing third. So an aggressive base running move right there. He's at third. You got Kike Hernandez at the plate, and Kike lines to left. But the Dodgers, that was the inning right there. 3 runs on 4 hits. You give yourself an early lead. You give Yamamoto a little cushion to go out there and perform, and he did just that. After the Soto home run, my man settled in. My man was comfortable, and he was not phased. And that's what I love about this guy. Ice in his veins, absolute ice in his veins. Just goes out there and executes pitches, and I think he loves it, man. The bigger the stage, the better he is. I mean, I just think that's a fact right here. He proved he's a big game pitcher. Top of the 4th inning, another 1-2-3 4th for Yamamoto. Then a 1-2-3 5th. He struck out Volpe, nasty splitter, down and in. Comes back out there in the 6th inning, goes 1-2-3, strikes out Judge. His nastiest pitch of the night was on the 2-2 to Aaron Judge. He throws a just disgusting splitter, that arm side run. 3 of his 4 strikeouts tonight came via that splitter, and that's his best pitch. That splitter is the best splitter in baseball. Let's just call it what it is. And he went out there and executed with it. Then he comes out there in the top of the 7th and gets Giancarlo Stanton to pop out. So he does a job, goes 6 1/3 innings, and then Anthony Bonda comes in. He got Chisholm to fly to left. Then Rizzo, Mr. Lean in the end of the game, he gets HBP. He gets hit by a pitch. Man, he's gotten hit by more pitches than the Shark Tank judges, man. This man just leans into stuff. But then thankfully, with Rizzo at first, he got Volpe to fly out. So then the game really comes down to the top of the 9th inning. So that's what we're going to focus on here. That was the high-stress innings, and then we're going to dive into all your comments, guys, and we'll get into the big takeaways, and we'll get more from Dodger Stadium. But top of the 9th inning, I'm not going to lie, it was a little bit of a scary situation. You have Blake Trinan, who I think we're getting to the point with Blake Trinan where you're seeing a lot of activity. I mean, he pitched yesterday, and he goes an inning and a third, gave up that 1 run on the 1 hit, and he threw 22 pitches. Tonight, Blake Trinan goes out there, and he ends up throwing 33 pitches. 33 pitches for Blake Trinan, just 19 for strikes. He was 2 for 6 on first pitch strikes. I mean, he was wilder than a frat party during rush week, during certain at-bats in his appearance. And I think when you look at Blake Trinan tonight, his stuff is so nasty, it's almost difficult for him to throw strikes when he's trying to show that sweeper in the zone and use that sinker that has all the spin, the movement on it. Sometimes it just tails out. So Juan Soto, he's the leadoff man, 3-2 count, and another sinker on the inner half. They have to stay out the inner part of the plate against Juan Soto. He's singled to right, so the Yankees get a leadoff single in a 4-1 game. And then what really hurts you, and something that he needs to clean up, is kind of the unforced errors. Yesterday, they let Jazz Chisholm run wild in a 1-out game. They let Jazz Chisholm take second and take third. Ultimately, that led to the Yankees going on top there in that one. And then tonight, he throws a wild pitch that allows Juan Soto to get into scoring position in a 4-1 game with no outs. And then you got Aaron Judge at the plate. So there's a monster at bat. Aaron Judge, 1-2 count. He strikes out on a sweeper, nasty sweeper outside the zone. It's just such a tough pitch to hit. I always say it moves more than a military family. You see it and then you don't. It's such a unique pitch that really Blake Trinan is the only guy that throws this pitch the way he does, and he's able to get that first out there. But next batter, he falls behind the count to Giancarlo Stanton, 2-0. Then on the third pitch, he cranks a single to left. That scores Juan Soto to make it a 2-4 game. And that puts the tying run at the plate in Jazz Chisholm representing the tying run. And it's a long at-bat, an 8-pitch at-bat. And the 8th pitch of the at-bat, Chisholm, he singles to right. That gets Stanton to second. So you got runners on first and second with Anthony Rizzo at the plate with just 1 out at that point. And Anthony Rizzo, we know how he gets down. We saw him choking up on the bat, 4 inches, leaning towards the home plate right there. And the at-bat, 2-2 pitch, he files out the 5th pitch. And then the 6th pitch kind of leaned into one, did kind of spin around to make it look like he made an attempt. But we know your game. We're familiar with your game, Mr. Anthony Rizzo. Okay. And Stoneman Douglas High School graduate, by the way, shout out. But Anthony Rizzo was hit by a pitch that low the bases. And then Aaron Boone, he has Cabrera run for Rizzo. And then you got Anthony Volpe at the plate with one out, and this is a huge at-bat. Anthony Volpe, it's a 2-2 count, but the fourth pitch of the at-bat, when it was 2-1, hitters count, that's what he missed one. It was a sweeper right center cut that he could have done damage to. We could have had a tie game at that point if he gets a single there, but thankfully he fouls one off. They cut to Juan Soto in the dugout, and he's looking up. Everyone knew that he missed one right there. And look, sometimes that happens. I mean, just when hitters hit mistake pitches, hitters also miss mistake pitches as well. And there's an example, and he does get him to strike out. So a couple pitches later, Blake Tryon gets him swing at a sweeper on the outside. So that sweeper, that nasty stuff, saved Blake Tryon. That's some straight pitchcraft, some sorcery right there, and he's able to get that second out, but the bases were still loaded, and Aaron Boone, he elects to pinch hit for Wells with Jose Trevino, and then Trevino comes in to face Alex Vesia, and Alex Vesia, it kind of made you wonder, coming off the intercostal injury, did they want to use him on back-to-back nights? I think the plan was, if you could avoid it, then you do that. I saw people screaming out there, bring in Vesia sooner, bring in Vesia sooner. Let's not forget, Blake Tryon has been in these situations. We've seen high wire acts from Blake, and he has this uncanny ability to stay calm, focus on the batter, and execute pitches. He knows how to do that. He's a veteran. Alex Vesia still working his way back. Sometimes command can be an issue, even if you do have a platoon advantage for Alex Vesia. So I like the fact that you went and you trusted Blake Tryon to go out there, and anytime you're still getting swing and miss, anytime you're still missing bats, even though throwing a lot of pitches, giving up singles, it's a concern, but we weren't seeing rocket shots, right? We weren't seeing those. You were seeing singles. You got the single from Soto. You got the single from Giancarlo Stanton. It's not like there was slug out there, so I do like that Dave did that. Dave trusted his guy, and that's the evolution of Dave Roberts. There are certain situations where he's letting guys stay in games, certain situations where he's being ultra aggressive and taking guys out in certain situations, and here you got Vesia in. Aaron Judge tries to switch it, so you have the platoon advantage with Trevino. In the very first pitch, four-seam fastball on the inner quadrant of the plate, the inner third, he gets him to fly out. The Dodgers win. So they only get one run on 3 hits if you're the New York Yankees. And the Dodgers, they're able to do it with a great start from Yamamoto, slug from the Dodgers offense, 3 home runs, early offense too, that gave run support, and then the bullpen did their thing once again. It wasn't always pretty, but they still were able to get that win, and that was the most important thing, is you're up 2-0. I mean, Tryon throws 33 pitches, and yesterday he threw 22 pitches, and that was a 4-out appearance for Blake Tryon. Alex Vesia, he gets the Dodgers out of that bases-loaded jam, gets that pinch hitter Jose Trevino to fly out. So, yeah, what a win for your Los Angeles Dodgers. A scary situation at the end, but still, I mean, you were able to get that dub, and it was a beautiful thing because you're up 2-0, and that's where you want to be at. But now let's open up to you guys. Let's hear your comments. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. We need to give Tryon a good 1-game rest. Stressful, too many pitches for Blake. That's from Florida Sports World. Florida Sports World, Blake pitched because the Yankees can't hit him, and he got 2 outs. He did his job and took a week off. Yeah, I mean, no, for sure. I could not agree with you more. I think that has to be the approach in that situation, and you want to go about it that way. So, no, totally agree with you right there. We got, hopefully Walker Buehler will deal well. Yeah, they said before today that Walker Buehler was going to be the Dodgers Game 3 starter, and then you're looking at a bullpen game in Game 4. So that's another thing to consider, too, is you got the day off, then a Walker Buehler start, so you want to have a Blake Tryon rested. You're already out of Evan Phillips, and Bruce Dargrado and Alex Vesia are back. So I think the bullpen is still in decent shape when you look at how both these games have played out. I mean, it's not that just the Dodgers have won these 2 games. It's that you've won these 2 games going up against an explosive offense, and you're able to get 6 1/3 innings off of Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and he gives up just 1 run. Then last night, Jack Flaherty coming off a rocky start in New York against the Mets in Game 5 of the NLCS, where he gave up 3 runs, and we got 8 runs in just 3 innings, and he got absolutely rocked. I mean, last night you got 5 1/3 off Jack Flaherty. So at the very least, you're hitting that 5-inning mark and that's better than it's been for this postseason for the Dodgers. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a great situation if Walker Buehler goes out there and matches the performance, because Buehler had his best start since 2021 in Game 3 against the Mets. We'll see if he can recreate that against the Dodgers. I mean, for the Dodgers against the Yankees in Game 5. But here we go, guys. Let's go down below. We got some more down below. We got $4.99. Dodgers in 6. Will not go 7 after what I've seen so far. I was born blue and will die blue. I love that. It's a great one. Let's read some of these super chats over here. We got that's from Freedom, by the way. Appreciate that. $2 from Ren42. Appreciate that. We got a $4.99 from Bob C. We got the sweep emoji. Okay, we're talking sweep. We got to Jonathan, $1.99. Doesn't Otani typically slide first? Yeah, you see a lot of that. I mean, mostly you will see that from Shohei Ohtani, and he was one of the more efficient base stealers all season long. And yeah, with Shohei Ohtani, he does slide first, and that's what he does. And I mean, there's no issue with that. He slid with his legs first in this one too. I mean, it was just the left arm kind of braced himself and hit first. So we got $4.99 super chat. Yankees are going down. End of story, Doug. How, I don't know, but they are. Lifelong bleed blue old man. Hey, appreciate that. Give you a little comment of the show action here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Number 1 Dodgers post-game show on the internet. You win. Perfect. This is a $2 super chat from Lewisum16. Give him some tequila and Vic. He's going to be okay. I mean, that Vicks Vapor Rub, man, on the nose, man, that's always great. But, you know, that is a recipe for a cure. So I like that one right there. But let's read some more of your super chats as well down below. We got Rizzo was a Padre, so no surprise there with that HBP. That's from Thunis O. Alex PBG. Volpe and Judge can't hit the sweeper. And that is from... we got N-Rocks. We got the Yankees only beat weak AL teams. Yeah, I mean, you're seeing a Yankees team that is definitely probably saying to themselves, wait a minute, we thought this team wasn't supposed to have good pitching. Wait a minute, we thought this team wasn't supposed to be able to have starters that were able to execute, go deeper into games. So give this Dodgers team credit, is they're pitching at their best when they need it most, and that certainly is a very positive takeaway in this one. And I think, yeah, I mean, people talking about Aaron Judge and this and that. I see you guys, rolling on Judge right here. I appreciate that Aaron Judge hasn't showed up in these playoffs and versus the Dodgers so far. I mean, love the guy. I always thought he was a nice guy. I've talked to him a couple different times at All-Star games, and yeah, really nice guy. And it's really nice of him just to not be going out there and looking like the 62 home run MVP, most fearsome hitter in baseball version of Aaron Judge. That can change, though. I'm always afraid when someone is when someone is due, certainly. But yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, it's crazy. I see you guys talking about the Padres still. It's insane. And yeah, it is wild when you think about that. Let's not forget, just in a couple of weeks, the Dodgers were on the brink of elimination, and it looked like their season was over and they were going to fire their manager, to now you're up 2 games in the World Series. It just is a reminder of how quickly things can change. Rod Wilson, I love this. Hashtag win for 34. I love the Ice Cube. Did you guys like Ice Cube's performance? I thought it was cool. And then I also loved Andre Ethier and Matt Kemp wearing 34, wearing Fernando Valenzuela jerseys. Those guys are the best. Love those too. Chris Dudley, Otani out allows us to bring in Pajes, who's been hitting Chris Dudley. I mean, we'll see the ramifications of that. I think the number one would be who bats leadoff. I mean, who bats leadoff if Shohei Ohtani has to miss time? I think against a lefty, you would have Tommy Edman in there, possibly. And then we'll see what that means for Mookie Betts. I think Mookie Betts could slide back into that leadoff spot against a righty as well. But the good thing is, it really is a reminder, and it's kind of it kind of epitomizes this run, right? It kind of epitomizes what this offense has been for the Dodgers, that yes, you need Shohei Ohtani. Yes, Shohei Ohtani is as important as any player on this roster, right? Not just for this team, but for this whole entire sport. But in the past, like in 2020, if Corey Seager went down, even if the Dodgers were up 2-0, we'd be like, this series is over. They're not going to win. No one's going to step up. And if they do, it won't be enough. This team, it feels different. This team, it totally feels like, okay, you miss Shohei Ohtani, someone's going to step up. It's almost like a dream team type situation where you got all-stars on the bench, right? You got all-stars that aren't getting minutes, but they are in the lineup, right? And they're just going to step up and have moments. I mean, Will Smith. I mean, how about Will Smith hitting the ball better, having more success? He hits a double off the wall tonight. Tommy Tank's doing what he does. Teoscar Hernandez, who is showing a lot of life this series. Teo is 3 for 8 with a home run. He's hitting 375 with 1125 OPS. He had those 2 hits yesterday that were big for the Dodgers in their win. Kike Hernandez hasn't popped yet. He has a hit this series. Mookie Betts, he's 2 for 7, hasn't popped this series yet, but did have a base hit that did lead to the 2-run home run in the third for the Dodgers tonight. And I think Mookie, like the Mets series, is going to shine later in this series when they get close to hopefully closing things out. Hopefully that's a New Yorker. It's in Game 6. And that's another big takeaway, too, is the very worst now, the worst case scenario for the Dodgers after going up 2-0, worst case scenario is you're going to be back at Dodger Stadium. You are guaranteed to be back at Dodger Stadium. If it was a 1-1 split, you're in a raucous Yankee Stadium, you got that crowd going crazy, you got that crowd losing their minds, and they get on a run, they have momentum, you might not get back to L.A. And if you come back to L.A., it would be without the New York Yankees, and it would be without a Game 6. But now at the very least, you do have a Game 6. So if Shohei Ohtani has to miss any time, maybe you can get it back later in this series, Evan Phillips and some of these other guys, I mean, you just never know what's going to happen. So I think for me, that is a major, major takeaway, the fact that you're guaranteed to get Shohei Ohtani back and just having – I mean, you're guaranteed to get this team back in Game 6. And if Shohei Ohtani comes back, then it's – Dave Roberts already said he expects him to be in the lineup. So even if he's coming back and he's not at 100% performance-wise, later in the series, you could see him start to click. But, yeah, I just think you just want to take care of business at home, man. You want to take care of business at home, and that's the major thing for sure. But let's get some more comments down below. We got, let's manifest a sweep so we can all avoid anxiety and stress. War Dodgers. Look, as the great Vince Scully once said, nothing ever comes easy for the Los Angeles Dodgers. So, I mean, it's the Mets series, the Padres series. At some point, I mean, yesterday was as tense of a game as you're ever going to see. It's already an instant classic. Tonight, it looked like it was going to be a runaway for the Dodgers at one point, but end up being a pretty tight game, especially in the end with the Yankees having a chance to go on top and really put a big scare into the Dodgers. So, yeah, it's been a great series so far. And I think when you look at these two teams, Yankees, they're not going to go down without a fight. And that's just who this Yankee team is. But the good thing, too, is odds are on the Dodgers side. Odds are on the Dodgers side. In best-of-7 postseason series, teams that go up 2-0 in those series, they go on to win 77 of 92 times in big league history. Those teams go on to win at an 82%, an 84% clip. So in the history of Major League Baseball, 7-game series, the team that goes up 2-0 wins that series 84% of the time. And in the 2-3-2 format, the teams that win both games at home, they go on to win at an 80% clip. Those teams have taken 45 of 56 series. So odds are really good in your favor for sure. And hey, the odds were really good in the Dodgers' favor at the end there too. I mean, in the World Series, when the team's up by 3+ runs in the 9th inning, teams are 339-0. So that definitely is spectacular there. And you also have Freddie Freeman hitting home runs in both games, and I think that's just a major storyline, the fact that he is doing what he's doing on that hobbled ankle. But a couple more comments here, guys. We got some more super chats to get into. We have Santiago Benivaldez, $2 one, says Juan Soto looks like he wants to defer $600 million. Hey, man, look, he's not going to defer because he has Mr. Scott Boras, who's behind it, and they're going to get that money. And, yeah, we'll see. I've heard Phillies, I've heard Mets, I've heard Yankees. The Dodgers are a team certainly that's always going to check in and be optimistic and opportunistic if a certain player shows interest in them. Dodgers could use an outfielder, that's for sure. But Juan Soto, he's fun to watch, man. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, it's not fun to watch when he's going against your team, but I think he's great for the game. Lots of personality. He can do things at the plate that just hitters can't do. His pitch recognition, his swing decisions, guys aren't doing that. Guys aren't doing that unless you're Juan Soto. I mean, he's definitely one of the best hitters I've ever seen. There's no doubt about that. We got a $5 super chat from Bibbs. $5 D-Mac. By the way, I'm out here glazing Soto. Come on, I got to chill on that. $5 super chat. D-Mac, what do you think about the people that are happy Ohtani's hurt? That's sick. That's twisted. Honestly, if it for me, like, I love the Los Angeles Dodgers. I've loved this franchise and this team. I've seen thousands of games, been to hundreds of games. I mean, I love this organization. I bleed blue. But I will say that kind of for me as a fan, as someone who works in this industry, I mean, I love the sport more than I love any team. I truly can say that. That I want what's best for baseball. I want what's best for football, what's best for basketball. And the truth of the matter is this King Kong versus Godzilla matchup between Judge and Shohei Ohtani is what's box office, is what turns this into a heavyweight title fight. And I know both of those players, Ohtani's had a much better series than Judge so far, but you want to see that, and it's what's great for baseball. It's why the ratings popped last night. It's why people tuned in on top of it just being the Dodgers versus the Yankees. Franchises matter, but in the present day, individuals matter too. Superstars matter too. And that's sick and disgusting. I mean, if that's true and you really are a Yankees fan, you're happy about this, you're disgusting, man. There's no place for that. And that just means that you don't love baseball as a sport. I mean, I would never, ever. I mean, for me, when Aaron Judge got into that fight with the right field wall at Dodger Stadium, I was pissed at the right field wall at Dodger Stadium. I thought that right field wall should have gotten a indefinite suspension from baseball. No, I'm just playing. But for on all jokes aside, you want to see the best players on the big stage, and without that, it definitely is a major blow to the storyline of this series. So, just gross. We got to and disgusting and disgraceful and embarrassing. I mean, how many adjectives you want? But pocket rude boy, $4.99, and also baseball gods don't like ugly too. Baseball gods do not like ugly. So if you're out there trying to throw that bad mojo in the world, hey, you saw what the baseball gods did for Freddie Freeman. And baseball will take care of you. The baseball gods will take care of you. Do the right thing. So I don't want to put that negative energy out there. Bibbs, $5. Appreciate that. Emmanuel Dominguez, $2. No more stealing bases for Otani this year. Thanks. Yeah, I was screening my television. I'm like, I was going to take my TV and throw it in the middle of the street saying, bro, we're up 4-1, 2 outs. It was Shohei Ohtani. I mean, you don't want to do that, especially when you look at how he hasn't been close to stealing a bag during this postseason. So it's something that I didn't want to see either. We got to Pocket Rude Boy 2, $4.99 super chat. NY fans happy number 17 got hurt is typical. That's why they have rats in their food and micro shrimp in their water. Okay, so you're responding back in a pretty hardcore way. But look, here's the thing too. Let me just say this too, and I say this about all major franchises, right? I mean, when you're a franchise like the Yankees and a franchise like the Dodgers, right? You have so many fans that you have more good fans that have their head on straight, that are respectable and will just talk ball with you, and they'll shake your hand after a good game. You have more of those fans than anyone's other fan base. But since you have so many fans, you're bound to have some bad fans too that do some bad stuff and are lame. I mean, look at that lame loser for the Padres fan, whoever that was that did that Fernando Mania tweet that's since been deleted, and he deleted his account and that stuff. So every fan base is going to have their bad apples. So this doesn't mean all Yankee fans are like this. I have a lot of Yankee fans, and right now we're not talking, and that's okay. But the truth is this is not a way to broad stroke all Yankees fans. It's just, I mean, I haven't even seen the video yet, but I'm just kind of going on by what you guys are saying. And yeah, the truth is Ohtani has one hit this series, that double yesterday, and he's hitting 125. And then you look at the other side, the other marquee name in Aaron Judge so far this series, Judge, he's 1 for 9, hitting 111. So both those guys, you're not going to hold them down for much longer. And I definitely warn you for that. I mean, definitely is a concern to me that both are due. for hopefully Shohei Ohtani continue to play in the series. But as far as Aaron Judge, he's going to be back at Yankee Stadium, and he's going to feel a little more comfortable in that setting. And it could be a lot of pressure on him, too. Lots of pressure on him. But, yeah, please be okay, Shohei Ohtani. Hopefully he's going to be fine. You just need to win 2 games. You just need to win 2 more games so guys can step up. Walker Buehler is going to be ready. He's going to be fired up. He's going to make you want to run through a brick wall. This offense has other guys that have stepped up. But I think, too, it's just kind of more fun to have Shohei on there. It's kind of better for baseball. So, yeah, I just want to see him back, and I want to see him be a part of this. So, yeah, I mean, he's going to be in my prayers tonight to the baseball gods up there for sure. But, no, I agree. Yeah, I did not like Blake Treinen tonight, but he still got the job done. Look, Blake Treinen found a way to get out of that. I thought for a minute we were going to see 2020 Kenley Jansen vibes, right? Kenley Jansen Game 2, 2017 vibes, right? He didn't Kenley. We didn't Kenley Fournier adventure that at the end. We're able to survive that, and it's incredible. Dodgers up 2-0. So a couple more comments, guys. We got Dodger Blue Balls. Gonna get myself a bruh for just reading your name so loud. Bruh. Come back, Chilitown, Sainteo. Paul Vaughn, Yankees will sign Soto and overpay him. That's from Paul Vaughn. D-Mac, don't leave. Hey, man, let's keep him on. Pika Peep, Soto right at home in New Babylon. We got the D-Mac Soto rakes, but he's a DB. We got, I would prefer the extend Teoscar over signing from Beer Samba. Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely have a deep conversation about that. Claudia 11, Soto's a great player, but I question if he will fit in the Dodgers culture. By everything I've heard about Soto, he's actually great for culture. I mean, he loves the game, and he's a tireless worker. I don't think that would be a reason to not sign Juan Soto. I mean, he's a guy, he never gets in trouble. He never does things that to the game that you think embarrass the game. I think he's great for the game of baseball, and he plays the game hard, and he's a hitting savant. I mean, I don't think that's a thing. He had some fun with the Padres, and this Dodgers team, they just want to win, man. And they are very open. I mean, just look how this team is so open to having rookies on this team. You have every culture represented on this team, right? I mean, it's a team that is accepting of players as long as you get the job done and you fill a role. And I think too, if you're in this organization, you trust what the front office does. And I've heard that from players. Well, hey, if the Dodgers want him, it's, hey, if they like him, I love him, right? That's kind of the mentality that this team has. Tom Allen, so this is about the Soto talk. You guys, don't burn my off-season content, okay? We're not going to do my Juan Soto to the Dodgers content right here. I have like 10 videos lined up and live streams for that. So let's chill on that. Jeremy Buckley, sweep the leg. Otani-san, go blue. Julia Heredia, Soto isn't a good fit for the Dodgers organization. Tommy Edman contract extension, please, thanks. Tommy Edman is someone I certainly would like to see on this team long term. I think I would say, I mean, you look at Chris Taylor, and Chris Taylor still is under contract for 1 more year, and they still owe him around $16 million. And when they signed him to that 4-year, $60 million deal, that was after the 2021 season when he made an all-star team, when he had the 3 home run game against the Braves in the NLCS, when he hit the walk-off solo shot off Alex Reyes in the wild card game, the Ock Taylor moment. In the 3 years past, he hasn't been great. I mean, he's been below average offensively. He's dealt with injuries, and that's already 3 out of the 4 years of that contract. He's played at a below average level. Save for last year, he was slightly above level offensively. But, I mean, you can see, they re-signed him at age 31. Tommy Edman, you look at his age, I mean, he's 29, so he'll be 30. You'd sign him around the same age as you signed Chris Taylor. I could certainly see them getting a job done because last year of Taylor's contract, he's going to be expiring. Kike Hernandez is on an expiring contract. Tommy Edman at 29, if he plays well next season, it's like someone that you could really depend on as your Ben Zobrist type, right? Your super utility man that can play multiple positions in the infield at a high level and multiple positions in the outfield at a very high level. So, yeah, I could certainly see them getting a deal done 50, 60, $70 million range if he plays a whole year at an all-star level. Who knows? I mean, depending on how high you can get his stock, because that is kind of what Chris Taylor did. He found a way to make an all-star team. And that definitely helped his stock as well. So, hey, I would be certainly down to do that. And we now know the Dodgers, after signing Will Smith to a 10-year, $140 million extension, that they're open to extending the right guys. And Tommy Edman, the Ed VP, certainly feels like a born Dodger, a right guy. If you go into a lab to create the Dodgers super utility man, I think you come out with the Tommy Edman. We got Chris Dudley. Yankees going to have Fat Joe do a song. Who? Chris Dudley. Hey, that's a good. I like that. I like that topic, Chris Dudley. I mean, you could have Nas come out and do New York State of Mind. You could have Fat Joe come out. I don't know if you're gonna have Fat Joe come out and do a song. What do you do? What's Love? I don't know. What? Bring Ashanti into the mix. Ja Rule could do a song. You know, what's that one song? I don't think that would be good for the fans with the hook there. But I saw Nas in concert once do New York State of Mind, and man. Nas, top 3 lyricists of all time. There's no doubt about that. Nas, Illmatic, top 3 hip-hop album of all time, possibly number 1. But Tower, definitely, you want the best out there competing, wishing no injury on any player. Absolutely, you want what's best for the game, too, because also, too, it's like it's like the Drake thing. It's like the Drake gif after KD went out in the NBA Finals, where Drake's like, you know, he's like doing that Drake thing when Katie's out, but secretly kind of looks like he's happy, right? Because then the Toronto Raptors have a better shot of winning. You don't want that. It's not good vibes, man. You want to be the best. You want to beat the best, and vice versa. Rod Wilson, hot take: Yoshi blanks the Yanks in Game 6 for the win. Rod Wilson, baby, you're going for that fire take. I like that. A fire take, you get it right there. I like that. Rangers fans are still pissed at the Kings 10 years later. There you go. Hey, how about the Kings? This is another sports equinox era. Otani's injury killed the Dodgers' momentum. That's Doug. I disagree with that. I disagree because, one, we don't know the severity of the injury as of yet, if he's going to miss time. Dave Roberts said a lot of the things that you would want to hear if you're a Dodgers fan after the game. So I wouldn't put that out there just yet. I think the Dodgers have a lot of momentum going to New York, up 2 games with Walker Buehler, in a situation where it's not like you're playing with house money, but you can go out there and play free and loose because all the pressure is on the New York Yankees in that one. We got to Jim the Dream 2017 Game 2. Had Jansen handled it, Dodgers would have won in Game 6. Totally agree. Don't want to open that wound tonight. It still bothers me to this day for sure. But that's going to do it for this episode of the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave a like button for your Los Angeles Dodgers that are just 2, count them, 1-2 wins away from their 8th World Series title. You took 2 at home. The Dodgers going to New York up 2-0. And tomorrow, we'll have some more information, hopefully, on Shohei Ohtani. And when we do, we will be going live to discuss it. My name is Doug McCain. Like I said, follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. Remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue.